Hello, I'm Heather Anderson, and this week's discussion is the problem of scale and how it factors into a government's ability to effectively operate and meet the needs of its population. In politics, Aristotle states, "For law is order, and good law is good order, but a very great multitude cannot be orderly." He also states that to the size of the states there is a limit, as there is to other things, plants, animals, implements, for none of these retain their natural power when they are too large or too small, but they either wholly lose their nature or are spoiled. So, what is the proper size and scale? Aristotle suggests a small republic with maximum population of 300,000. This model was successful in ancient Greece for 5 centuries. Smaller governments have better representation. According to David Hume, a Scottish Enlightenment philosopher, government should be about the size of modern day Switzerland. Representatives would stay at home in their town or state, and ordinary people would be able to go to meetings with a representative and have considerable power and say in their own government. However, if the government is too small, it may not be able to defend itself. Ancient Greece, while prosperous for 5 centuries, was later attacked and captured by Rome. Larger governments with larger populations will be better equipped to defend itself. Thomas Hobbes, a 16th century English philosopher, believed that governments should be large with coercive power to avoid a state of anarchy. In his book Leviathan, he asserts that under anarchy, there would be continual fear and danger of violent death, and the life of man is solitary, poor, nasty, brutish, and short. The problem, however, with large governments is the lack of representation. For instance, in the United States, there are 435 members in the House of Representatives and only 100 members of the Senate, but the population of the United States is currently over 330 million, leaving Americans underrepresented in their government. Another issue with large governments is corruption and tyranny. A classic example of this is ancient Rome. Rome became a vast empire, but also became corrupt with tyrannical leaders, eventually leading to its downfall in the 5th century AD. Finally, an issue with a large government is that charismatic leaders will emerge and will have the allegiance of the people instead of people having allegiance to the government. Every person is different, and there are many viewpoints on government issues. What is good or beneficial to some, or even a majority, may be harmful to others. A smaller government could take care of its population's needs more efficiently. Contrary political wills emerge, and it can become the beginning of anarchy. While we may not know how big or small a government should be, we do know that it should lie somewhere in the middle to meet the needs of its population. It should be big enough to be able to protect itself and its people from attack and invasion, but it should also be small enough to allow its people to have proper representation and to be able to keep corruption and tyranny at bay.